We are recording. Okay, so it's April 20th, 2017, and tonight we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics. I get super excited about it and also very nervous to talk about it. I don't know why. Like, I was really nervous. I don't know why, but because it's like so important. So I watched, the reason for this is that I watched a training on vision boards, and it was unlike any other training that I had ever watched, and it was just very unique in the way that he explained the setup and how the board is going to be on the wall, and we'll get to that, but just the fact that it's all about your brain. And so just the little steps that he went through, it was just really interesting. And so as I was putting together my notes, I was running ideas by Dan, and I was like, well, oh, spider, gross. What is, I always like feel, now I'm going to feel them all over. So I was trying to figure out kind of the differences between vision, goals, our why, like why we coach, because everyone always talks about you need to know your why. What was the other thing I was trying to figure out? Goals, vision, why. I think that was it. And kind of the differences between all of them. And basically, I'll get to that in a second, but basically for this business, you need belief and vision, because we win with our minds first. And our minds are the most powerful thing that we have. And it is so important, because if you can't see where you're going to go, you won't ever get there, plain and simple. So you need vision to be consistent, which is so important with this business. And you need vision to be steadfast with this business. And you need to visualize exactly what you want and believe this business can take you there. I've experienced visualization firsthand through sports. I know we have a lot of athletes, and I know through like volleyball in college, I would visualize in my head. I forget which coach taught me this, but they said if you visualize yourself passing perfectly to the setter, or you visualize like the perfect spike, you are like way more likely to actually do that when you play through it in your head first and you see yourself doing it. And so that's why visualization with anything in your life is so important, because your mind controls everything. And so Dan also brought up a really good point that I hadn't even thought of. He said, when you have a vision and you have goals, it helps other people see where you're going. It basically makes you a leader. It helps other people see and feel your commitment, and that you're in this for the long haul, which means that they're going to want to get on your train. And the reason he thought of that is some of you are newer coaches, so you maybe haven't watched this, but there's a really good video by Summer Tucker where she just goes off and she's just like laying all of these truth bombs out there, and just like, like, I don't know if I could ever talk like her, but she was just so animated and so excited. And she was just saying, if you don't tell people where you're going, if you don't know where you're going, people won't know they won't know where you're going, and they won't want to follow you. So why would you expect someone to join your team if you're not showing them what it's doing for your life, and you're not putting it out there as how it's impacting your life? Okay, so the difference between goals and vision, and I found this right like literally a half hour ago, maybe an hour ago. So I'm just going to read it. It was a quote on this blog that I found, and it's Jordan Belfort was the guy, and he was the guy that The Wolf of Wall Street, the movie, it was made after. I watched that movie and it's terrible. Don't ever watch it. So trashy. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so bad. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is in there. Anyway, so he says, goals are fabulous and we need them, but too many people go around setting goals. If you just run around setting goals and accomplishing them without having a vision, it usually ends up negative because you hit a goal and then you move on to the next one without having a higher purpose, which is demotivating, which was like, yes, that's so, so true. And then this blog writer said, vision, however, vision is your why. It gives you direction. It's your desired future. Your vision includes what you believe in, your core values, and what you want in your future, what you want to be. It's the powerful reason why you want to do something, your overarching purpose. It's your passion and keeps you excited and motivated. It's what inspires you to do whatever it is you want to do. Vision is the foundation for your goals. So where does that bring us back to? You need to have a powerful why. And if you've been a coach for any length of time, you've probably heard people talk about having a powerful why, a why that's going to make you cry, a why that's going to push you. And so that's basically your vision. And so I kind of had to revamp this talk because it's not necessarily a vision board. It kind of is, but it's more of like a goal/vision board. So, what was I going to say? I'm skipping ahead in my notes. I'm getting too excited. So you need to write out your why, how you want to feel as a coach, what you'd like to accomplish with this. Go deep. It has to be more than just helping people or staying in shape. It has to be like, it has to go deep into like your desires, and it has to be clear. It can't be vague. Your mind just doesn't work with vague details. Details are not vague. So take your time thinking of your why, like why you're doing this. Don't rush yourself. It took me months to craft up mine. And then you also have to be okay with it changing over time. So your why gives you a purpose for this business. And I'm going to read you mine really quick that I wrote up not too long ago, but my why is to create a life where my family doesn't have to worry about money, to be able to give freely of our time and financial resources, to empower people to become the best version of themselves, and to realize that being healthy is not a set of rules and restrictions, it's a lifestyle. I want to help our team and others around us dream bigger, dream more boldly, believe in themselves, and see what's possible, to have hope in their future. And I like take bits and pieces out of that and use them in my posts. Like I just used a little bit of that in my post that I did like a half hour ago. So you use, because that's like why we're doing what we're doing. And when we tell people that and we're open about it, it just attracts them to us and it makes them want to have what we're going for. So a little help on maybe crafting your why and your vision. And if this comes from one of the top coaches, Brittany Leggett, I love her. Like her trainings on YouTube are so, so good. So and I have saved quite a few of them to our YouTube playlist. It's called Coach Training Videos. If you go find the Cook and the Coach on YouTube, I think there's about 60 videos in there from different coaches. But the way that she crafted her vision and her why when she first became a coach, she came up with statements. I think there were like 5 statements. And it was literally like just crafting how she wanted to feel. So how does coaching make you feel? So her statements were, as a coach, I feel strong, happy, empowered, confident, and at peace because I have balance with my health and fitness. Another one was, as a coach, I feel significant and valued because I'm helping women improve their quality of life, their belief in themselves, and what they're capable of, and helping them improve their financial standing. And then another one, as a coach, I feel accomplished, proud, relieved, and overjoyed because we are changing our future financially and will be able to help others do the same thing. So think of how you want to feel with your business and then put it with something that this business can do that has done for you, and what it can do and what it can do for other people. Okay, so getting to the actual vision/goal board. In this training that I listened to, he said that it's not the vision or the goal board that creates your success. It's your brain. Your brain is powerful. Your mind is powerful. And we have to tell it what to do. Our brain is lazy. And if we don't tell it what to think and like feed it with good things and the things that we want, it's going to do whatever it wants. It's going to go down the rabbit hole. So you need to sink your goals and your visions deep into your brain every single day. So many people wonder why their business isn't working. They ask themselves, well, what's missing? Why am I stuck? Why am I not growing? And it's almost always because they don't have a vision and they don't have clear goals of what they're going for. Okay, so next up are the details. Like, what are we actually going to do? So you're going to put what you want, your goals, or some, like a vision statement on the wall in the form of an image or a statement, and look at it, focus on it every single day. So here are like some steps to how I created my board. I'll maybe go through the steps first, and then I'll show them mine.
Okay.
So number one, it does not need to be perfect. So let me grab my old vision board. And this isn't knocking like the people, because we're all so different, but it's not knocking the people who like to sit down with magazines and fancy stickers and crafting things and like make it look pretty, because that's pleasing to the eye, and that's an image. But it doesn't need to be that way. And so often we put it off because we're waiting to have the perfect picture, or we're waiting to have it look perfect, or have an idea in our head of what we want it to be. And so this was what Amber Cox and I did back in October, and it's kind of it's not pretty at all. I couldn't find any pictures, but I did find some pretty tape, and we used different color markers, and I cut out some letters to form the word retreat. And so we didn't spend a ton of time on it, but I have done vision boards where I've like gone out and just taken so much time. Whereas if you take too much time to create your board, you won't ever do it, and you will lose results because of it. So don't wait. You'll see that mine is not, I had this stuff laying around, and so that's why it looks a little pretty, but you don't need it. Like you could use Post-it notes and stick them up on the wall. Okay, so you're going to have, I skipped a step, I think, but number two, don't hide it. If you hide it or keep it only in your brain and you don't tell anyone, your brain knows that, and that it's going to know that you're ashamed, and nothing will happen. So don't hide it. Number three, here's what you'll need: some tape, a wall, 9 things, a mix of personal and business, pictures and or statements, a good mix of both, and a good mix of small things and big things, of like big dollar items. Using both pictures and statements activates both sides of your brain, is what this guy said. He said you need to have whole brain activity in order to launch yourself forward into what you want, into the next level of your life. And you're going to put a date on each of those 9 items when you put it on the board. So like I wrote on, I think, well, maybe I didn't write on all of them, but like I wrote today's date, so that you know when you put it up there. So then when you actually accomplish it, you take it down and you write the date that you accomplished it, and you keep it, so that you create kind of like this binder of success stories, so that you can go back and show your brain, hey, I did this. This is possible. The number 4, the size. It doesn't have to be huge. He said do like 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. You're going to literally use tape to create a box on your wall, and then divide that box into 9 sections. Number 5, pick the location of it. He said it needs to be somewhere that you'll see it right away when you wake up, and right before you go to bed. It has to be at eye level. He recommended putting it in your bedroom, but that doesn't work for us because when we wake up in the morning, it's dark and Eli is still sleeping. And then when we go to bed, it's dark and Eli's sleeping. So our situation is a little different, but I thought up some other ideas. So you just pick what works for you. And a few ideas would be like in your bathroom, maybe when you look at it while you're brushing your teeth, maybe by the toilet, if that's like the first thing that you do. Most people do. By the shower, in the kitchen, on the fridge. Maybe you want to laminate a piece of paper that has your 9 boxes and take it with you everywhere. I think that's a great idea, but you might, I don't know, like small enough to fit in your purse or something so you can just pull it out and look at it whenever you want. Number 6, frequency. You're going to look at it 3 minutes every morning and 3 minutes every night, and more if you're ambitious, but you don't have to. 3 minutes and 3 minutes. That's it. You have time for that. And when you look at your box, your 9 things, you're going to truly see those images and feel them. You're going to think of what it feels like if it's an object. He gave an example of a camera. So you're going to feel what it feels like, what it's going to feel like to have in your hand. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What is it if it's like something that you can taste? What does it taste like? Like, you use all of your senses and imagine, like, just visualize it down to the detail. Stare at each item, focus on every single teeny tiny detail. So like for us, one of my items is a new car because our car sucks. And so I don't have a picture yet because our printer ran out of ink. So all of mine are statements, but I'm going to swap them out with pictures once we get ink again. So I'm going to find a picture of the exact car, color, everything. Like, imagine the new car smell, all of that stuff. And it not breaking down on us and not having issues. So think of every single detail. Like, I'm going to feel relief and peace. And so you don't want to just glance at it. And you have to truly believe, like truly, truly believe that these things are coming to you and they're going to happen. And he said that you want to use statements. Oh, someone said something. Yeah, great to look at while brushing your teeth. Exactly, like 3 minutes. I don't know how long you brush your teeth for. Ours is electronic, so it might be 3 minutes. I don't know, but it could work. What, 2? Dan said it's 2. Darn it. And then he says to use statements like, I want that now. It's mine. This is coming to me right now. And the first thing that came to my mind when he said that, I was like, that's weird. Like, that makes me feel selfish and I like icky, and I don't like that. And he said, but it's not selfish. This is about your brain, and it needs to be told what to do. And you have to be demanding of it. It's lazy. So, which made sense to me. And also, this is another sticking point for me, is that if you don't believe that you deserve success, your brain won't allow you to have it. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're okay with not having enough, or you're not truly having what you want, you're going to stay stuck exactly where you are. So you have to start believing that your success is possible. You may believe that success in this business is possible because other people have done it, but do you believe in your success in this business? I forget. Someone told me that the other day, and I was like, that's genius. Was that you? That was you. Yes. Way to go, Erica. You have to believe that you deserve it. And I think that's one of the things that I'm working on right now, is that success, I wrote out affirmations on success and like making money, because, and I think I shared them in Team Fully Fit, but I'll share them again. And I've been looking at them every day along with like my money manifestation. But so success is always available to me. Growth is possible and it's exciting. I believe that I'm worth playing big and worth going for it. I deserve the things that make me happiest and the best version of myself. So just repeating those to myself every day, I'm ingraining those into my brain, and they're going to change me. So you have to believe that you deserve whatever you want. Okay, so next up, oh wait, I want to show you my board first before we dive into that. Just hold it like that. Okay, so I put it on this door because, well, we normally have this door shut, but I'm going to try to keep it open more often if Eli will let me. So I don't know if you can get closer so they can actually see what. I don't know if they can. Maybe I don't need you.
Okay.
Is that backwards? Can you guys read those? Yeah? Okay, so let's start up here. This one is Dealer of Hope. I'm going to help 5 new people every single month. Help our team improve their financial future. This one is like just words that I came up with that I wanted our brand, like our Cook and the Coach brand, like who we are, to embody. So it's passionate, bold, integrity, authentic, fun, empowered, consistent, resilient. Those are just a few words. This one is I feel fulfilled, grateful, joy, and peace. This one says quarterly taxes because now that we're self-employed, we have to pay quarterly estimated taxes, and they're kind of expensive. So it's kind of a big goal. I would like to build a well in Mozambique to get people clean water. And I have a friend who does this, and she told me the cost was $6,500. So I want to do that. 5-star by August 31st. If not sooner, I might move that up. I don't know. Team retreat is this one because I want to be able to have like a separate, like rent a house in the mountains or rent a house on the beach and just bring our team together and have a place where we can mastermind and hang out and have fun and learn more about each other, because while these are great, like I like to hug people. This one is the new car. So Dan said he would like a Jeep Cherokee, so I wrote that on there because I don't really care. I would like a Nissan Pathfinder, but I don't think we can tow those behind an RV. So I'm settling for right now. And then Success Club 10 All-Star is this one. So that's a scary goal for me, the Success Club 10 one, because yeah, it just is. Because you just don't, I've done it so far, like up until this point, and you start to doubt yourself, which is a great lead-in to this next point that he brought up. So be ready for doubts, fears, self-limiting beliefs, and negativity from yourself and from other people. But as he said, as you're looking at your board, 3 minutes in the morning and 3 minutes at night, these thoughts are going to start coming into your head, and they will kill your hope and your faith if you're not careful. So here's what you're going to do. As you're looking at your board in the morning and at night, you're going to either keep a journal close by or maybe grab a piece of paper, and you're going to write down any thoughts that come into your mind that are negative, that are fears, that are doubts, anything. You're going to write them down, because if you can see them on paper, you can stop them. I thought that was super powerful. That was his quote, not mine. Next, you're going to get rid of that piece of paper. He said his favorite way is to burn it, and not everyone can do that. I like that method, but I don't know if it's possible. I could go outside, I suppose. But you could tear it up into tiny pieces. You could crumple it up, whatever is going to work for you, but you're going to get rid of it. Because by doing that, you're showing your brain that those statements are wrong. Pay attention, because the bigger goals you have and the more intense that you are, the bigger the burning desire, the more these comments will come out, and the more people will come out and maybe say these things to you. So just be aware, and just be ready to combat them, because you can. Be aware of them, because they will cancel out all the work that you're doing if you don't take care of them immediately. Also, we have to control what's going into our brain. So like the TV shows that you watch, media, music, social media, the blogs that you read, the movies you watch, the books that you read, the news that you allow into your eyes and into your head, all of these things create imagery in your brain. And that's exactly what we're doing with this board. But those are usually negative imagery. And so it's your job to focus on the positive, to keep your focus on the things that you're running towards, to keep your eyes on your path, and not at what other people are doing. I think that's the hardest thing to do in this business is to compare what other people are doing. And the new bright, shiny things that other people are talking about and doing, and la 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 la, like you just get crazy. There's so many things out there, and a good analogy is like when you're driving a car, if you're not staring at the road, if you start to like glance over to the side, you're gonna go that way. Like you're gonna run off the road. If you start looking the other way, you're gonna run into a tree. So you have to put your blinders on and just run your race. It's maybe not gonna be as fast as someone else's. It's maybe not gonna look like somebody else's, and that's okay. It's your journey, and you're learning like amazing things about yourself as you go. And you wouldn't learn those things if you like skipped ahead and you went for someone, or if you like went into someone else's journey and instead of running your own. So you have a brain, and it's up to you to mold it. That was his biggest thing, was just talking about how powerful your brain is. And a lot of that stuff I never thought about, but it's so, so true. The big key to this is to love yourself. So that's the next really important thing that you have to do. If you struggle with that right now, you have to use positive affirmations, read books that will build up your self-esteem, surround yourself with people who build you up. A couple books that I thought of right off the bat, but if you guys have any suggestions, maybe put them in the chat box. But You Are a Badass for sure. 52 Ways to Live a Kick-Ass Life. I think Girl Code was really, really good for self-belief. I know that there are so many more, but your self-talk will crush your vision board if it's constantly focused on the negative. If you keep telling yourself in your head, I'm fat, I'm not skinny, I'm a bad mom, my house is always messy, I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, 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 blah. Like if you keep repeating those things to yourself daily, like hourly, by the minute, you will crush any, like I said, any hope or faith that you have. You just won't be able to grow and get past those. So use positive affirmations and forgive yourself. So just a couple more steps left. Forgive others and ask for forgiveness. This was a huge one. He said, you can't advance to the next level of your life unless you clear up current relationships. So if you're holding on to resentment towards anyone, you will always stay stuck. Just call them, text them, email them, whatever you want to do. Tell them if they've hurt you and how, and that you forgive them. They may not even know, and you may get a response back that's negative, but maybe it will open up a door for you to have a conversation with that person and heal a relationship that has been damaged for years. You don't know. So tell people that you've hurt, also that you're sorry, and ask for forgiveness. So if there's a relationship where you feel kind of icky about and you're not sure if it's like you feel in your gut, if there's like a relationship that just doesn't feel right, or you maybe have said something and it's stuck with you, and you have always felt sorry for saying that or doing something, and you've never like apologized to that person, go apologize. They may have forgotten it long ago, but it will free your mind. And that's what's most important. So the kicker is that if you want bigger dollars, this is what his quotes, if you want bigger dollars to come to you, you need to help more people and share more knowledge and add more value, which was kind of cool because, well, let me first say, it's not just about the dollars though. It's about confidence and belief, finding your purpose, and going for bigger and better things. Everything is connected to relationships, which is why it's so cool that we get to do what we do, because it's all about relationships. Yay! Okay, so a quick recap. 8 of them. I'm really just gonna like quickly go through like what I just talked about, just so we didn't miss a step. But you're gonna pick your 9 vision statements and pictures. You're going to create your vision board, goal board, I guess, with tape, and put the statements and pictures in each box. You're going to focus on your vision 3 minutes every morning and 3 minutes every night. You're going to get the negative out. You're going to write down doubts, fears, negative thoughts, beliefs on a piece of paper, and you're going to get rid of it, burn it. You're going to love yourself and forgive yourself. You're going to forgive others and ask for forgiveness. You're going to clear up relationships, make a list of all the people that you resent or you regret or you feel bad about, and start reaching out to them. Focus on new relationships, build new ones, help more people, share more of yourself. And lastly, keep a separate notebook with your vision board success stories. So all of the things that you put up there, they're eventually going to come down because they come true. And you want to keep everything in one place so that you can show your brain, hey, I did this. And also show it to other people, hey, this works. I think that's it. Do you have anything you want to add?
You were good.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Really good.
So I'm going to unmute you guys. I don't know how. Oh, there we go. Unmute all. So if you have any like questions or comments or anything, feel free.
Laura, that was awesome.
Well, it was like I listened to that and I was like on the edge of my seat, like vibrating. It was so good.
Yeah, it was great. I was curious what the significance of making the 9 boxes is.
I don't know.
Like with the tape.
Yeah, well, that's just what he said. And maybe he explained it in the audio and I just didn't write it down in my notes. He said 9 because like your brain can focus on that many, I guess. I don't know. I was thinking like 3 or 4, like less than that. And then he pulled out 9 and I was like,
Maybe it has to do with symmetry.
maybe. Actually, were you going to say something?
Oh, I just know that the brain can only retain like up to 9 pieces of memory really quickly. Like
Yeah.
for pi, you can only retain X amount of digits. So
Okay.
maybe it starts at 9 and it goes to 14, I think, for pi. That's what came to my mind. But
There you go. That's it.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll put the actual recording of the training that I listened to if you guys want to listen to it. It's like an hour, a little over an hour long, I think. But you might pick up on some stuff that I didn't pick up on. So who's going to go make their box?
I love the destroying.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I love the part about writing your fears down and then actually destroying it so that you're getting rid of it out of your brain.
Exactly. And he said, like, every day, like, there was this one example he gave where he literally wanted to manifest he needed to, $5,000 in 5 days. And it was literally on the 5th day that he it's a really long story. So if you want to hear it, go. I don't even remember where it is in the audio, but basically, like those fears will keep coming to you. So they don't ever like completely go away. It sounded like, and so his $5,000 example, like there were things coming out of him, like when he was trying to get this $5,000 and manifest it, that like things were coming out of him. Is like, where is that coming from? But he wrote it down, and so it's like they don't ever completely go away. Maybe just different stages maybe bring them back up. I don't know, but I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just laughing how my brain works. These are my notes. I don't know if you can see them. And I mess up my pronouns. But I somehow ended up with 10 points.
Yeah, I missed one.
I had to write with a marker. I was panicking at last minute and had no working pens.
I think I just split some of your concepts up into more points. But I was like, wait, when you said at the end, you're like 8 points. I'm like, 8? I have 10.
I have 13. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good with numbers, I guess. But.
Oh, no. You had different ones than I did entirely, too. So I took different things out of it. Like, all right, just making up my own thing over here.
Okay. Whatever it takes for you to, like utilize it. And
Exactly.
cool. Anything else? Anybody else? Otherwise, I'll let you go.
Good night.
Cool. Thanks for jumping on, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Night.
Bye.